Okay, excuse me. So let's look at this one. We've got a railing that's going to be 36 square feet. To enclose it is patio stones are 1 foot by 1 foot. So we're not going to cut them in half probably, but I guess we could if we wanted to. To minimize the cost, he wants the perimeter to be as small as possible. So that's really important. The perimeter is going to be as small as possible. So we're going to have to work at the perimeter somehow. What is, while still maximizing the area of the deck, so we want the biggest area. Okay. So it's going to stay at 36. So that's our sort of our standard, our keeper, 36 square foot. What dimension of the deck will minimize its cost? All right. So hint for a deck that has an area of 36 square feet. It says it can be lots of shapes like 1 by 36 or 2 by 18, etc. We're going to do a chart. So why don't we grab Excel to do our chart? So I'm going to do it over here. And before I do that, if the area is 36 square feet, then the area would be length times width. We know that 36 is length times width. So I could get width in terms of length, so I don't have to calculate this too much. So what I can do is I can say, just like solving an equation, right? Divide both sides by length. And I could say, okay, then therefore 36 divided by length should equal the width. So I've got some kind of equation I can use. It'll help me in my Excel. Okay, so if the length could be 1, right? 1 patio stone basically, or 2, or 3, or in fact I can grab the pattern and let's make this a little bit bigger here. We could grab the pattern and continue that down as much as we wanted to. Okay. Sounds good. The width is going to be, well, we said that's going to equal 36 divided by whatever the length was. All right, and then we can go back. So 1 by 36 makes sense. 2 by 18 was the next one they gave us an example of. Let's make sure that's working. 2 by 18 or 3 by 12 or 4 by 9 or 5 by 7.2, 6 by 6, etc. The perimeter then, the perimeter, because it was a box, right? I should have really drawn diagrams. Let me draw a diagram in here. Makes a lot more sense if I drew a diagram. There's our length and there's our width. The area we know is length times width. And we know that the perimeter will be 2 times the length plus the width. Or some people will say 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, the same thing. So either one you want, okay? Because there's going to be 2 lengths and 2 widths for this perimeter, okay? Maybe we'll do it that way. 2L plus 2W looks nicer. Okay, 2L plus 2W. Okay. So let's go back to my Excel spreadsheet. And the perimeter then is going to be equal to, and it'll do it for me, right? 2 times whatever's in the length plus 2 times whatever's in the width. Enter. Okay? And I can zoom that down now, and it's always going to do 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. The area should be the same all the time. We're going to say equals length, whatever's in the length, times, click, whatever's in the width. Enter. And it's always going to be 36 because we said we want to maximize the area. We want to keep that the same. All right, so now we're looking for what's the minimum perimeter that we can have, because they said they want to minimize the perimeter. So we're going to look down until we can find the smallest perimeter. And it looks like 24 feet is the smallest one, and then it starts growing again. So 6 by 6 works. It's a square, smallest perimeter, biggest area. And then it starts changing down here. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger again. So we can look in there and we say, okay, we'll highlight these guys. If I can use the highlighter. No, it's not in there. Gotta make it bigger. Use the highlighter. That's going to give me my smallest perimeter, but keeping the same area. So it's going to be length of 6 and width of 6. So I think I'm just going to copy my table. And since it starts repeating on the way down again, I'm only going to go a little ways down there. I'm going to copy all that. Let's put borders on it and make it look pretty. All borders. I'm going to... Did it work? I just deleted the borders, sorry. Go back in here, put all the borders in. And I'm going to copy that. Highlight, copy. Copy. Go back to my Word document. And we'll paste it in here. Paste. So there's my table. Okay. And then I can say, so he should build, what was it, a deck? A square deck, 6 feet by 6 feet for minimum perimeter. There we go.